Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, it is time for HUMDAYiY, and today we are making one of my favorite Thanksgiving treats, stuffing. Now I have never been a stuffing lover. Sorry Stovetop, I'm just not into you. But about a decade ago, our friends at White Castle came to the TV station with their slider stuffing, and they changed my mind forever. That's right, stuffing made with White Castle slider. What could be better? I don't know that there is anything more delicious than this. All right, so today we're doing it with a little bit of a twist. We're using the Impossible Burger. Let's get real honest here. I had not tried the Impossible Burger because I eat meat. I picked them up today. They're good. They don't taste like sliders. I mean, yeah. It's like its own thing, but it is good. So I'm probably not going to be doing this version for my Thanksgiving dinner. I'll be sticking with the traditional slider version, but these little sandwiches are good. If you're a vegetarian or you're not eating meat or whatever reason you would switch to that sort of thing, they're tasty. It's just not my regular slider. All right, so this is very easy to make. We're going to take 5 Impossible Burger sliders, and we're putting both recipes online at NBC4i.com, the Impossible Burger version and also the traditional version. They're just slightly different, but the concept is the same. With the burgers, you want to get no cheese, no pickle. So make sure that you let them know, no cheese, no pickle. I split the recipe in half so that I could cook this so you guys could see it. So it actually calls for 10 sliders. I'm only going to put 5 in this recipe because I am cutting it in half. That's right, folks. All right, so you just tear up the sliders into little tiny pieces, bite-sized pieces.
It's making me hungry.
Looks pretty good. I always get extra sliders because my husband and I slam them. And you know who else likes White Castle is Presley. She is a fan. She is a fan. Their breakfast is so delicious. I don't want to make this a White Castle commercial, but you guys know I love White Castle. I can't help it. I can't help myself.
What are your thoughts on Skyline?
Oh, Skyline, I love.
Okay, good.
Big Skyline chili fan. Huge. I get it with everything. I don't do the 5-way. Oh yeah. Like the noodle thing. I don't get that. I'm just here for the burger.
The noodle thing.
the hot dogs. Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't. Why? I don't. But people love that too, and good for them. I just want the little tiny hot dog.
You like the coney
with lots of cheese, chili, and mustard.
Yum. Oh, yeah. That sounds so good right now.
It really does sound good. You know what else sounds good? Some slider stuffing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so has anybody tried this? Let us know if you have had White Castle stuffing before. My whole family loves it. All right, so we've got our sliders torn up. We're now going to chop up some celery. I don't love celery. Do you guys like celery? Laura, what's your feeling on celery?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. So a lot of times in stuffing, you see like this, like a big piece of it.
Yeah. No.
So I dice it up pretty good. Because I don't mind it, I just don't like it. And I'll eat celery with like peanut butter or just plain celery all day long. I just don't want it in my other food. Like in chicken salad. Ooh. I don't want that.
Like not big chunks at least.
My mom puts celery in she makes this really yummy like chicken noodle soup. It's like a egg noodle or whatever it is. And that's good. But it's kind of where I draw the line on big chunks of celery.
Note to self, don't give Monica big chunks of celery.
I don't know what it is about the celery. I am just not a huge fan. Okay, so the normal recipe, and I'm doing this off the top of my head because the recipe's on my phone, which Laura's recording this on, calls for 1.5 cups of celery. So I am getting 3/4 cups of celery, doing the math, which
good job.
We all know is scary. Old Monica Day is no mathematician, boys and girls. That is not my thing. I just,
That's why you're a fabulous HUMDAYiY expert.
Right? Unless it comes to like utilizing a ruler.
Stop.
All right, so we pour the celery in there. Great.
Yeah.
And then
that already looks really good. I want
right?
some.
It's not bad. So then the thyme, we're going to do, I just made it, so I'm doing this off of memory here. So I did 1/2 teaspoon and 1/8 of a teaspoon, because the recipe calls for 1 1/4 teaspoons of thyme.
Look at you.
Yeah. And you guys, you saw this with the sugar. Like, I'm
That
not.
sugar was remaining.
I mean, look, I measure how I measure. Now, if I'm like baking something and I have to have precise measurements, okay, great. But if I'm just like, whatever, there it is.
I probably should have told you that the sugar was falling out too. Like clumping into your hand.
Listen, the sugar in that dip was so delicious, it didn't matter.
That's very true,
It
actually.
literally didn't matter. All right, so we're going to put the sage in. And for the sage, you need 1.5
Nice.
teaspoons. So I'm just going to do 1/2 teaspoon. Just going to clump it out on me. And then 1/4. And then we'll do the same with pepper.
Pepper.
I like pepper. You a pepper lover?
Love pepper.
I do too. Some people don't care for it, which I
That's beyond me.
don't get that. You know what I don't use a lot of is salt.
Same.
I
I feel like you're either a pepper or a salt person.
Yeah, I don't know.
For the pepper.
My mom never really cooked with salt. You got pepper going everywhere. I couldn't get the other side of the container open, so I'm just shaking it in. All right, that'll get it. Look. Just close enough, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's my pepper song. All right. So we got the pepper in there, and now we need vegetable broth. And it is 1 cup of
yum.
vegetable broth for the Impossible Slider recipe. When you're making the regular slider recipe, you use chicken broth.
Ooh.
And I believe it's a different, it's not a cup. And I, off the top of my head, can't think what the number is for the other, but we'll have that online, nbc4i.com. That will go up on the website, and you can get the precise measurements there. And I think White Castle probably
It will
has
be
on
ready
the website too.
on the website today.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there you go. It'll be ready on the website today. So the full recipe calls for 1 cup. I split it in half a cup. Just put that on there. Okay. And then I'm going to mix this up. I'm just going to wash my hands real quick because I've been touching my hair.
Mike Anderson says, "Good afternoon, Monica."
Hey, Mike. How are you? Mike, have you ever tried White Castle slider stuffing? If you haven't, you need to. So I'm just kind of mixing this up with my hands right now so that the seasoning and that vegetable broth gets mixed in there, kind of gets in the bun.
I might actually make this for my Thanksgiving dinner because I have
So
to put something in on the table.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking this or the desserts we made. The little,
The Oreo balls?
yeah, those are really good.
Those are really easy to make. All this is easy to make. Everything I make is easy. I don't have time to make things that are crazy difficult and take up a lot of time. All right, so you're supposed to let this sit for 10 minutes, which I don't believe I have to let it sit that long with the regular slider recipe. So I'm not sure if that has something to do with the Impossible Burger or if it's the veggie broth, like if that changes it in some way. But we let that sit for 10 minutes. You take your little casserole dish or pan or whatever you're using, spray it with some cooking spray, and then you would just dump that in there. Oven at 350, and you cook it for 35 minutes. I just made one so that we can take a look at it. That's why I split it. And this is what it comes out looking like.
Oh, that looks really good.
And I cooked that for, I did 20 minutes and then left it in for a couple minutes longer because I was like shorting the recipe. All right, let's try this.
Oh, baby.
Because
Yum.
it's just, you want to try it?
Yes.
I know it's going to be so different than the regular. You've never had the regular,
Here,
right?
you try it first.
Okay, let me see.
I've never had the regular, so
Okay.
I don't have anything to base it off of.
All right, let me see how it compares. Because I feel like nothing compares to you, slider stuffing.
Reminds me of the Jolene video. Is it good?
It actually is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try some.
Still different than the slider stuffing that I'm used to. But it's pretty good. What do you think?
I
You
really
it?
like it.
It's
That's
good,
good.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like its own little meal. My dogs are
That is so good.
are so wanting the stuffing right now. All right, I'm going to move the stuffing out of the way. I'm also going to
A+.
put this right here for now. I will cook that so we don't waste it. We've got some Impossible Slider friends I'm going to move over. So we're going to do a craft as well. And this is all about repurposing
You need a little bit more.
Yeah, go ahead. Or if you were lucky enough to buy some clearance Halloween items that you got laying around, let's do something with them. Okay. So I have expressed my dislike of Thanksgiving.
Yep.
You know, it's just kind of a holiday for me. It's a cooking day. But I love the idea of giving thanks. I think it's really important that we all say thank you for the things that we receive, you know, that we have a grateful heart, and that we celebrate family. And a lot of times you think you have more time with your family than you do.
Yep.
And so Thanksgiving is a great time to say, hey, you know, I love you. This is why. To remember our family members. And to have something to carry over. So I had a couple of ideas. One, this is especially great for like new moms or if you have a bunch of kids. Get one of those big plastic pumpkins, paint it white, and then have either stamp pads or paint. And have each person that's at your Thanksgiving dinner put a handprint on the pumpkin. Then write the year on top and put their names underneath it. So that the next year you pull that out and you can remember all the people that were with you, and also you see how much your children have grown and everything. And you could even put dog paws on it.
That's cute.
I put my boys, they sign cards. I just get a stamp pad out and they do it. And you know, they have really pretty stamp colors. Like you can get metallic stamp colors. You know, you can do the reds and the oranges, whatever you want to do. So I thought that would be a great idea. Unfortunately, because I was trying to be financially savvy for my husband, I did not buy one of those giant pumpkins from Target when they were on clearance. So I don't have one to show you, but I did get this the other day because you know I went back and tried. And they were
Of course.
Okay, so I bought this black candy dish.
That's cute.
From Target. It was all black. I've now spray painted the top white, and it's warm enough you can get out and do some spray painting.
True.
So this bottom part I will spray white. I'm going to be doing this in here because it's still kind of wet, and also because what I'm going to do my husband hates more than anything in the world, and that is work with glitter. He hates when I use glitter, but you know what? I use it. So in this case, I was lucky because this came with a little piece of cardboard around it. Otherwise, I would take a piece of cardboard or paper and cut a circle to go over the top of this pumpkin. I'm just gonna make this a little easier to work with. And you can see that this pumpkin was $8.99 and I paid $4.48 for it. The savings was tremendous. I'm sure this was supposed to be like a candy dish for Halloween. So we're taking the circle, we're placing it over the stem, like that.
Okay.
I am going to take some glue. Oh, this is the paint that I used. It's just basic. I get this Rust-Oleum paint a lot because, I don't know, it dries quickly. It has like a primer in it. It seems to hold up pretty well. I've used a lot of cheap spray paints. They're fine, but that one just, I don't know, it seems to work a little better. And it's $3.
Nice.
So, I mean, I might as well splurge. I'm a big spender. You know, you get it at Walmart, Home Depot, wherever.
Dollar store.
I've never purchased or looked for spray paint at the dollar store. I feel like it probably wouldn't end that well. Sorry, dollar store. So we're going to paint some glue on this stem. So I want to give this a little life.
The best dog.
Mr. Puffy Butt's such a good boy.
I love him so
Mr.
much.
Bumper's such a sweet boy. He's just, you know, he barks at everyone. You guys, if you saw Laura walking in here, Laura's like the sweetest person, and Mr. Bumper just goes crazy. But I think he likes you because he doesn't ever actually try to bite you. He just...
Okay, that's good.
I mean, he just aggressively, like, jumps at you. Okay.
He just aggressively, you know, comes up, runs at me, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, just, like,
Yeah.
attempts.
Acts like it doesn't actually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bumper, for not actually biting.
We're not actually biting. Okay. All right. This is still a little wet, so I don't want to get any
Well, that's pretty.
on there. Yeah, this is brown glitter. You could use gold. I had gold out, but I was like, ooh, I like this brown.
Yeah,
It's
the
kind
brown
of
is
fine
nice.
though, so I hope it covers well. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Okay.
Oh, we're missing a little bit on.
Missing. Oh, thank you. I can't very well. All right, so just shake that on there.
Aw, Terry thinks your little dogs are cute too.
Thanks, Terry. I love them. They are members of my family. They're both rescues. Mr. Puffy Butt came from an Amish puppy mill. A rescue group went in and rescued him. And
Mr. Puffy Butt?
The gray one, yeah.
Hello,
Rescued
cutie.
him and all of his siblings and also the parent dogs. So that stopped the cycle of breeding. And Mr. Bumper was named Bumper by the shelter.
Mr. Grumpy Bump.
And the reason he was named Bumper
It's very cynical.
is because he was thrown out of a car and then hit.
So obviously we must name it something that reminds it of its cruel happenings.
Of its horrible origins. Okay, and this kind of bled through a little bit. That's okay, because I think it looks kind of pretty.
That is pretty.
And then I will paint around the base of it too and get some glitter on there. So you have the little pumpkin and you've got your little stem.
Cute.
Yeah. So once that is all done, what are we going to do with it? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. Oh, I think Amazon's here. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. We don't bark at Amazon. We don't bark at Amazon. Okay.
We
Laura.
especially. Oh, sorry.
She's eating. So I'm gonna take
It's
a
so
little,
good.
I'm gonna take a little leaf. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. And Bumper.
I'm not
enough.
Amazon.
Hey. Come on. That's enough, bud. You're okay. Okay? You're okay. I'm gonna take this little leaf and I ran some of this like twine stuff through there. And then we're going to put it around the pumpkin stem. And I'm just gonna tie it in a little knot. Just to give it a little more flair. That's not dry yet, so I'm probably scraping all my glitter off, but
No.
you know, you guys get it. And I'll knot it, cut some of that off. Just to give it a little zhuzh. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I'll trim that a little bit. A little zhuzhing. A nice leaf there,
That is a good judge.
right?
That is
And then
adorable.
that will go on
Oh my
top of
gosh.
our
Ah.
pumpkin once I
Cute.
spray the bottom. That'll be adorable. And what we will put inside will be, there's glitter everywhere. Sorry, Sean. I really did try. Have these little leaves or pumpkins that are ready for people to write what they're thankful for. So let's say, you know, like, this is me, Monica, 2019.
Thankful for Bumper.
And you know what? I am thankful for Bumper because he makes our lives so exciting.
That's a good.
You just never know what he's going to do. And I'll put this so you can see better. Pay no attention to the black bottom with the white top. It will all be white eventually. But you just put them inside here, and then at the end of dinner, you know, we're getting ready to do dessert, get the pumpkin and read what everybody is thankful for this year. You could also do it with leaves and put them in there, or you could like hang leaves and write what everybody's thankful for. And I'll just show you how to get the shapes in case you haven't figured it out on your own. Take a little form. I instead of using like a pen and then cutting, use a marker, because then when you see the edging, it looks prettier, I think. It gives it a little more of a finish detail than like say a pencil line or even just a plain edge. So trace it with the Sharpie. Nice gold metallics work well.
What a pro. Yeah.
And then, my kitchen scissors. And then cut it out. I know this is like groundbreaking stuff here. We're gonna cut out a pumpkin. But hey, you know, maybe someone's unfamiliar with the concept.
Side note, this is really good. Highly recommend. Okay.
So are you loving that?
I can't stop eating it.
Let's be honest, were you leery of the idea of slider stuffing?
I was more leery when we were using the Impossible
The
Burger.
Impossible Burger? I
That
know.
made me kind of like, I don't know, but no, that's really good.
Yeah, I like I said, I'd never tried the Impossible Burger, and then I, read the recipe to do it, and I thought, well, let's give it a try, and it is very good. I'm an old school regular slider kind of gal, but if you're a vegetarian, if you're having a tofu turkey, tofurkey, I don't know what they call it.
Yeah.
Then you can make some vegetarian stuffing. All right, so there's your little pumpkin.
Cute.
So there we go. A nice, fun little craft and delicious slider stuffing.
So good.
It is really like,
So good. Hold on, I gotta
So
eat.
good.
I gotta eat some more. Oh my, oh baby. Oh baby.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm into that.
Oh.
Laura's literally spilling stuffing down her dress.
It's fine. Just getting
It's not
a
good.
little bit messy.
All right, folks, we'll see you next week. Next week, we're doing a crossover, if you will. We're going to do a Thanksgiving recipe, family recipe for cranberry sauce that was made, it was a mistake. It was a series of mistakes that my mom made while making cranberry sauce, and she just kept adding different ingredients to it, and I'm telling you, it's the best cranberry sauce ever. Not only are we making the cranberry sauce, but we are making a dish that you can use the cranberry sauce for, because there's usually a ton left over because no one actually likes cranberry sauce, except for I do like my mom's cranberry sauce. And then we're going to make some really fun Christmas wreaths that you could take as a hostess gift. So when you're heading to the family's house for Thanksgiving, you could bring them an early Christmas gift or just a thank you for hosting us kind of thing. And if you like Bailey's, you will like these hostess gifts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All right, everybody, have a great week.